What's going on, everybody? It is 8:36 p.m. on April the 26th, Thursday, and today we're going to be looking at a few pairs. I'm going to do a pretty short video today because I don't see that much in the markets in terms of opportunities. But before we get started, quick risk disclaimer. Foreign exchange trading carries a high level of risk. Before you decide to trade foreign exchange, we encourage you to consider your investment objectives, your risk tolerance, and trading experience. It is possible to lose some or all of your initial investments, so don't invest money you can't afford to lose. Seek advice from an independent financial or tax advisor, and all information provided is for educational purposes only. It should not be construed as trading advice or counsel. So, like I said, pretty short video today. The markets, as I see them, based on my system, don't have too much going on right now. So tomorrow we have the Bank of Japan press conference. So I'll be looking at the yen as well as GDP coming out of the U.S. So we did have some lower unemployment numbers, well, I guess higher, think of it. Unemployment numbers today from the dollar, and that was kind of balanced out by pending home sales. So we did see a pretty strong drop in the euro dollar a little bit later in the day. I guess I'll throw up that chart. Yeah, a few hours ago we did have a pretty sizable drop to the downside, even a gap, which is something you don't usually see. And so selling for this pair may be resuming. My bias has always been to the downside for this pair, and it will continue to be until I see, like I said in the previous video, if I see breaks above levels at around 1.3464. So if we do start to break above those levels, then my bias to the upside will be changed. But for now, downside pressure definitely exists. And the fact that we had this strong push after good news from the dollar goes up, euro, dollar goes down. So after the good news came out, I guess it was pending home sales, we had a spike, and that usually is a good sign that sellers are looking for reasons to sell and buyers don't have as much power. So that is something that will help to confirm my bias when we do have moves like this on data such as we had today. So no pairs for the euro, no trades for the euro so far, but my bias is gonna remain to the downside for this pair. My bias as well is to the downside for the yen, based on the fact that we've been falling for quite some time now, and the yen is at an interesting place right now. It seems to have a lot of indecision as far as the market is going. We've had some pretty choppy markets from the yen over the past few weeks, and it's usually a pair that likes to trade in trends. And so if you know anything about the yen, you know that it will not stay in a range for very long, and it does like to break out. Usually that does mean to the downside. And what I like out of this chart right now is what looks to me, is based on experience, of a downtrend in action. So we have had two pushes to the upside and a begin push to the downside for the yen. We weren't able to push above 81.5 yesterday, and I don't think that we will be able to push higher than these resistance levels. So a lot of big candles here to the upside, hanging man, and so this is a pair that my bias is going to remain to the downside as well. If we do start to see a push up from the euro, that will begin to push the dollar to the downside, and that is something I'll be looking to trade. So right now, what I do like about the setup is that we are at the 100-hour and 200-hour moving averages, so those will act as good resistance levels, as well as some nice resistance zones up here. So possibly the 81.389 level is going to be important, as well as the highest close up here, which is 81.727. So if we do start to break above those two levels, as well as the 100 and 200-hour moving average, then that'll be a sign to me that buyers are looking to regain control of this pair. Like I've said in the previous videos, I don't think the yen is at a bottom yet, and I think that we will see a push to the downside, if not very soon, possibly in the next few months. So that's what I like about the yen. One pair that I will be looking to place a trade. I wish I did this video a couple hours earlier because we were in overbought territory for the Norwegian the dollar Norway. And so this is a pair that right now is in a downtrend to me as well. We haven't been able to make closing higher. So this is a pair that I will be looking to sell, and the fact that we are at the 200 and 100 day moving average is another zone similar to the yen trade that I will be looking to enter shorts in. So this is a nice place for the Norwegian krona if you are looking to trade this market. The spreads are tough, but there is a lot of profit potential from any pair, including this one. So definitely short trades for this pair, and I will be looking to maybe update on this pair over the next few videos, because this is looking like to be a longer term trade if we do start to bounce off the 200 and 100 day averages. So a couple things I'll be looking at. Thank you very much for watching. Follow us during the week at SynergyFX. We'll be posting more updates, and good luck trading.